Hi friends, strangers, internet. My name is EmilyHanhan. I love colorful makeup and colorful language. Today I'm here to rank all of my Sephora purchases from 2021. Now, yet again, I was inspired by a dear friend, Yolanda, deeper skin tone, and I'm scooting out so you can actually see my jewelry. But it was inspired by Yolanda, and it made me start thinking about my purchases for the year. I'm not a huge Sephora shopper. I think I'm only VIB, so it wasn't that much work to pull all my orders together, but also I could have totally missed things. I only have about 13 items, so it's almost a top 10. So we're just gonna jump right in. If you like colorful makeup, if you like bitches with lots of opinions, or you just like cute fat babes, I hope you will subscribe. Now, at the bottom of my ranking is a new to me product, and it's at the bottom only because I haven't really gathered my thoughts yet. And that is the Inkey List Retinol Eye Cream, and it's, it's just a simple tube eye cream. Inkey List is priced around The Ordinary and Good Molecules. I think this was about $10. It's a nighttime eye cream. I've used it, but I don't have strong thoughts one way or the other. So next up we have a little trio of glosses. The Pat McGrath Opulust gloss trio. This was something I picked up right at the beginning of the new year, and I only have one of the three colors left. I have Lavendering, and so this is a mini size, but I think it's actually a nice sized mini. The only reason I don't love these glosses is that they're more of an they're more of an opaque, shiny gloss. And I kept that one because it gives me that glossy, frosty 90s lip. But the other two were more of a rose gold and a copper. And that's just not the kind of glosses that I reach for. I like shiny, sparkly glosses, but I usually prefer them in more of a clear base. I don't know, just not quite this dense in color. Although as I'm seeing this one on my hand, I'm like, I need to wear this more because it's basically like a trio crime lip gloss. It's like lavender to pink to gold. So if you're into really statement glossy lips, I think the Opulust formula might be one that you enjoy. So coming in next is a purchase that I feel like I kind of played myself with. It is the Huda Beauty Wild Python palette. Here's the reason why I played myself. So I saw the marketing photos. I saw how little green was actually in the palette. Yet I still bought it at launch because I was like, maybe there's more green in there. Maybe I imagined it to be less green than it is. No, this is really, to me, this is a turquoise neutral palette. I do think that some of the shadows in here perform nicer than others. I have the gold and the green on my eyes. I did take some footage of me applying a lot of the makeup from this list, so I may have some inserts for you. I'm not quite sure. But on my eyes today, I do have the gold and a little bit of the green. And I've talked about this palette ad nauseum. I find that two of the shimmers are very close in color. I think for a 9 pan, that's not a great, setup. And some of the shimmers perform better than others. Some of the mattes perform better than others. Anyway, I haven't reached for it since I basically reviewed it, and that usually reads a lot for me on how I feel about a product. So next up we have a lip product. It's what I have on. This is a very glossy kind of lip product from the Sephora collection. And The only reason why I'm ranking this kind of low on the list is because, so I picked up, actually, the 3 purchases that I got from Sephora Mexico are kind of grouped all together in my ranking. When I bought the Python palette, I picked up this. And I thought from the color that I was looking at on the site that this was going to be like a peachy color, and instead it's this statement lip. And so I think the formula is okay. It's not quite as like thick and like juicy, almost like it's juicy, but it's thinner. It's a thinner formula. And I think this would rank higher if the color was what I actually thought it was going to be. But for now, because it's such a statement lip, and that's just not necessarily what I reach for when I'm reaching for these glossy, shiny lipsticks, it's kind of also been neglected. The last of that Sephora Mexico purchase is the Jack Black Intense Therapy Lip Balm in Natural Mint and Shea Butter with SPF 25. This is kind of a go-to for me. It's a good, like, middle of the road lip balm that I enjoy. I especially like it because it has SPF in it, and I have definitely burned my lips in the past, and that is really, really uncomfortable. It doesn't always look like they've been burned, but they were. Like, it doesn't look like what maybe you think they would look like. Anyway, all that to say, I like having this in my collection. I like having one just ready to go. But I will say I've been reaching for my lanolin, basically nipple balms, as lip balms way more than this. So it's still a staple. I like having one around, but I don't reach for it as much as I once did. Now, when I put in that purchase back in January, I picked up actually 3 or 4 of the Makeup Forever magnetic palettes. So this is kind of landing right in the middle of the list, not because I don't like it, but it's just like another staple part of my makeup collection. So this is the extra large size, and Makeup Forever has basically designed these for a lot of their like face palette or face products and eye products. But this size is perfect for 6 single eyeshadows, like 6 26mm eyeshadows. They also have a size that they call large. That's basically a like face compact. So it could fit, let's say, a Salt New York, like one of their face products, or a depotted blush or highlight, and it has a mirror as well. And then they also have a medium size that's basically like half of one of these, and it holds 3 singles. And that's a fun little size to have if you like just like having a little like go-to collection of shadows. I feel like 3 is a really lovely number that's maybe not seen as much in the market. So I find that if you're looking for like smaller eyeshadow palettes, magnetic palettes, I recommend these all the time. Like, yes, they're very utilitarian, but like they snap closed, they stay closed. The extra large and large have a mirror. They're not completely magnetized. These parts don't have magnets, but there's enough in there where you can fit, shadows in there. They're just like, I don't want to say they're undiscovered, but I feel like if you're a single eyeshadow lover and you haven't been informed of the existence of these palettes, you're welcome. Now, I just talked about this next purchase, and my feelings on it are evolving. So this is the Artist Couture Love Sprung blush trio. This is the first. I think they had 2 colorways, and this was the first of the 2. So I really enjoy this palette. I like the color variation and the texture variation. The fact that the middle shade is the more neutral color, but it's also more shiny, which means depending on your skin tone, you could use it as a highlighter, or I placed it over the apples of my cheeks with the peachy color like everywhere. So when I talked about this recently, I talked about how I feel like it is a bit patchy in performance. I will say I applied it today and I actually put powder down first, just so that if there was any super dewy base, it would be a little bit more even. I still, like, if I was going to be picky as hell, which I am sometimes, I can still see like just the littlest bit, but it's just me being particular. So I'm not like I'm feeling more positive about this product after this newest application than I did after my last video. So I think it's a really pretty little trio, and I mean, I know that there are so many different face products at Sephora, but I don't know. The packaging, the color variation, I'm happy with this purchase. Let's talk about like an OG love of mine, the Marc Jacobs Beauty Matte Gel Highliners. So this is Whirlpool. I repurchased this the same time that I purchased the Love Sprung blush palette. That's what I have on my eyes today. I used it as a wing and in my waterline. This is the second of the Whirlpool color that I purchased. I also have had the cobalt color and the light lavender one. I say this about this formula and the Fenty matte pencil formula. If either one of these brands released like a rainbow of liners, specifically in this matte formula, bitches love bundles, I would be very tempted to just buy them. I really like the formula of this. It's a little bit thick, so like if you're not careful, it can go on a little thick, and like you have to kind of like when I was doing a wing, I had to grab a little brush and like pull off some of the product. But I find this lasts beautifully in my waterline. It's very pigmented. The color is one of my favorites. And I've found that they last a really long time for eyeliner. And I know that's gross, but like, I'm just saying. We have another gloss set to talk about. So when I picked up the pack glosses, I also picked up a little quad 4 set of Tower 28 glosses. So this is the Tower 28 size, and I'm just showing you the pack glosses to show you comparatively. I find that even though they look similar, I find that the Tower 28 glosses, I go through them a lot quicker, which is less about application and I think more about the actual amount of product you get. All of that to say, I like these. This is the jelly gloss set. So there was a clear, there was an like sheer orange, and then there is this pinky and more purpley. And they are quite like, the color is sheer. I'm not even gonna say it's like a popsicle lip because it's really not even that impactful. I like this lip gloss formula quite a bit. Flame, which is the orangey one that was in the set, I would actually consider getting a full size of that because it was just, it read more peachy on my lips, and it was just like a really pretty, like put it on by itself or on top of like lip products. So those are the purple and the red, and you can see like very sheer, you know, popsicle-esque, but not even that much color. I do find that these, like I went through the clear and I went through the flame, just using them like I would apply a lip balm, just around the house, putting on a lip gloss. So they sit pretty high on my list of like glosses that I'm into, or glosses I would consider picking up. Although I'm good on gloss. You'll see in like a future little baby haul, I'm good on gloss, hopefully. The last purchase of that January haul was another one of the Fenty Mademoiselle lipsticks, and this is in Clapback, which is the navy, the super dark navy. At the time that I purchased this, I had purchased Midnight Wasabi and the green and the teal. I purchased them on the Fenty site. If the Mademoiselles are still around, they've been basically consistently on sale the entire year. But Clapback was sold out, I think, on the Fenty site, and it was on Sephora. I actually really like this formula. I let the like initial release talk about these kind of deter me from trying them, but when they're on sale, I recommend them. Like for me, especially the funky colors. Yes, I have other teal lipsticks. I didn't really have other green lipsticks, and I really like this navy because it's like almost black, almost blue. You know, I wore it for my birthday, which I mean, it didn't stay. Question, actually, aside, question for anyone that wears lipstick and then puts on a mask. How? Is there a special mask I should buy? Because, like, no matter what, it tends to move around. Anyway, I wore it out for my birthday dinner, even though I was putting a mask on, and I looked a mess, like, once we started, once I took the mask off. But still, I really love it. I just love these kind of colors, and I think the formula is pretty fantastic. Like, it's solid. Okay, so that was the top 3. That was the start. That was the third highest on the ranking. So that means we just have 2 more products to talk about. Here's the thing. I know that I ranked the Inkey List eye cream like first on the list because it was new to me. This is also new to me, but it pretty quickly shot right up on the list. The Rose Ink Concealer. So I have the color LX40. I'm wearing it today. A little bit goes a long way. Like, it's definitely a product that you can put on and sheer out. You can also put it on and kind of like let it like sit for a bit and then blend it out. If I put on too much, it can look too cakey or almost like too... So it's an emollient formula. It's not as like... It's not whipped like the Uoma Beauty concealers. It might most remind me of the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, but this one, the coverage goes further, faster. So lately when I've been using it, I'll tap some on my actual hand and then pick it up with my finger or a brush, because when I go in with just the doe foot, it's like I will put down too much product no matter what. So I've been really enjoying it. I use it for my under eye and for other places to, brighten and conceal. The color is a little bit off for me, so if you're seeing that in the footage, there is that. It's a little too dark, but the hype was definitely getting me in to pick this up, but I'm enjoying it quite a lot. And the number 1 thing on my list is another base product, and that is the Fenty Beauty Eavesdrop Tinted Blurring Skin Tint. Eavesdrop Blurring Skin Tint. Yes, I picked this up the day it launched. That's how much I was like feeling it. I have shade 3. And it's a color that has worked for me even as my skin as I've gotten more tan and less tan. I don't particularly think of this as a skin tint. I really think of it as a foundation. I think it can be sheared out as a skin tint. Today I put it on top of the Auric Glow Lust, and I'm not sure, like I don't know how that cocktail works because this is the first time I've used those 2 products together. But I find that I can shear this out. I can also like go in more heavy-handed. I don't want to say I build it up, but like if I want a heavier coverage, I will tend to just put out more product. I also kind of think because this is a thicker formula, I almost feel like you need a little more than you think you do. I don't know. Actually, I don't know if that's true or not. But anyway, I really enjoy this. I have worn it in a variety of different weather situations, and my skin likes it. I know plenty of people that have very dry skin that have not liked it. I feel like I'm not sure about the oily skin brigade. I'm kind of right in that middle zone. So, there's that. But I just enjoy it. I think it's a solid product. Like, Do you need to run out and buy it right now? Absolutely not. But am I very happy to have it in my collection? Fuck yeah, I am. So I have ranked all my Sephora purchases. We have about 12, 13 products in this list. Let me know, do you have a favorite Sephora purchase from this year? Do you have your least favorite, your fail? Or do you have thoughts on anything that I've talked about today? I would love to hear from you in the comments. Thank you so much for spending a bit of your day with me. If you have not subscribed yet, I would love for you to join the Hanhan fam. And most importantly, don't forget to take care of yourself better today than you did yesterday, because you are worth it. Bye, friends.